Dhaka-Sylhet Highway Development Project Implementation. Economic Role and Strategic Analysis 1.0 Introduction. Historical Background and Strategic Significance of the project. 1.1 Preliminary Outline and Evolution of the project. The Dhaka-Sylhet Highway is a very important commercial and strategic corridor in Bangladesh, connecting the capital Dhaka with the northeastern gateway of the country, Sylhet. This highway plays an essential role in the country's economic growth, industrialization, and expansion of sub-regional trade. The development of the highway aimed to upgrade the existing 2-lane road to 4 lanes, with separate 5.5-meter wide service lanes for slow-moving vehicles on both sides. Although it was initially approved as a 4-lane project, it was later proposed to upgrade it to a 6-lane expressway with the 8-lane facility. The evolution of this design has affected the overall cost and implementation period of the UHL project, resulting in different information about the cost of the project being published at different times. 1.2 Importance of highways in sub-regional and international connectivity. The Dhaka-Sylhet Highway is not only important for internal connectivity, but is also an integral part of several international and sub-regional road networks. It is an important part of the Asian Highway, BIMSTEC Corridor, and SAARC Highway Corridor. If implemented, the project will connect the Chittagong port with the northeastern states of India through the land ports of Akora, Shiala, and Tamabal. This connectivity will later extend to Bhutan and Myanmar. As a result, Bangladesh will have the opportunity to emerge geographically as a regional trade hub, which will open new horizons for regional cooperation and trade. The discrepancy between the project named, for example, 4 lanes versus 6 lanes, and the cost, TK 16,000 crore versus TK 30,000 crore, is not just a discrepancy in information. It indicates the systemic weaknesses in the planning and management of the project. While various sources have quoted the project cost as TK 16,918 crore or TK 17,161 crore, other sources have quoted a cost of TK 30,000 crore and a 6-lane project. The main reason for this discrepancy is the frequent changes in the project design. Initially it was planned for 4 lanes, but later it was converted into a 6-lane expressway with service lanes. Such frequent design changes and wide variations in financial estimates delay the implementation of development projects and increase the cost. This is an important lesson that detailed and final design and cost estimates at the initial stage are very important, which can remove the uncertainty of the future of the project and confusion in the public mind. 2.0 Current status and implementation progress of the project. 2.1 Implementation progress and timeline. Project was started in January 2021, and the Roads and Highways Department RHD has set a target of completing it by December 2026. However, the pace of implementation has been very slow. According to the latest report, the project implementation progress in 4 years is only 14%. Another source has mentioned a progress of 10 to 12% in 3 years. Due to this slow pace, the project is unlikely to be completed on time, and it is estimated that it may take until 2028 to complete. 2.2 Main reasons for the delays. Several complications are responsible for this slow progress in project implementation. The biggest obstacle is land acquisition. Although about 829.83 acres of land from Dhaka to Sylhet are required to be acquired, the local administration has failed to compensate the landowners and hand over the land despite extending the cost and time in 2 phases after the annex approved the project. As a result, the contractors are unable to start work and have demanded compensation and extension of time. This is not just an administrative failure, but a profound indicator of the socio-economic risks of development projects. It indicates that administrative processes such as land acquisition often lag behind political decisions such as laying the foundation stone. This problem affects the cost and time of the project, as well as increases the suffering of the people. In addition to land acquisition, project design changes and administrative complications have also hampered implementation. For example, the project work was suspended for about 3 months after the political climate changed in August. 22.4.2.3 Public suffering due to ongoing construction work. The slow progress of the project and the large potholes on the road have caused severe traffic congestion and suffering on the Dhaka-Sylhet highway. The traffic congestion is so severe, especially in the Brahmanbaria section, that the speed of vehicles has dropped to 1 to 5 kilometers per hour. While it used to take 5 to 6 hours to travel from Dhaka to Sylhet, it now takes twice as long. In addition, the highway has become one of the most accident-prone roads in the country due to the lack of ongoing work and renovations. This slow progress of the project, especially the protracted nature of land acquisition, reflects a systemic flaw in Bangladesh's mega-project management. Merely securing financing and laying the foundation stone is not enough for the successful implementation of a mega-project. Rather, it is essential that the initial and sensitive tasks, such as land acquisition, rehabilitation, and design, are completed before the project starts. The root cause of this situation is the lack of proper pre-planning at the beginning of the project life cycle. Despite the hasty political foundation being laid, administrative processes are often lagging behind, which not only affects the project timeline and cost, but also delays the delivery of project benefits and creates public resentment. 3.0 Financial analysis and cost management. Audit 3.1 Project cost structure and financing. There are varying reports on the total cost of the Dhaka-Sylhet 4-lane project, which could range from TK 16,918 crore to TK 17,161 crore, about 78%. Of this cost, i.e. TK 13,244 to 13,245 crore, is being provided by the Asian Development Bank ADB as a loan. The remaining TK 3,674 crore, or $911 million, will be provided by the Bangladesh government from its own funds. 3.2 Comparative analysis of cost per kilometer. A notable aspect of this project is the unusually high cost per kilometer. The cost per kilometer of the Dhaka-Sylhet highway is estimated to be around TK 82,110 crore. This cost is unusually high compared to other major 4-lane projects in the country, where the cost per kilometer on the Dhaka-Chittagong and Joy-Duff-Permiman Singh highways was only TK 21 crore. 3.3 Rationale and controversy over the cost increase. The government and the concerned authorities have given several reasons behind this additional cost. They claim that better quality polymer modified bitumen PMB will be used instead of conventional bitumen. In addition, a large part of the cost, about 45%, is being spent on infrastructure. Sectors such as land acquisition and construction of bridges, culverts, and overpasses. 66 bridges, 305 culverts, 13 overpasses. 26 pedestrian bridges and separate service lanes will be constructed in this project. In addition, the cost has also increased to meet the conditions of the donor agency, ADB. However, the debate over the deep cost per kilometer is not just a matter of economic analysis, but also a question of transparency and good governance. When experts call this cost exaggerated and unreasonable, it is understood that not only technical reasons, but also the weakness of the project's financial management are a major reason behind the cost increase. In this situation, ensuring greater transparency and accountability in the project's financial management is essential. Independent audits and cost-benefit analyses are required for high-cost projects, so that such controversies can be avoided in the future. 4.0 Multidimensional role and economic consequences of highways in the economy of Bangladesh. 4.1 Direct impact on the communication and transportation sector. Once the project is completed, the travel time between Dhaka and Sylhet will be reduced by almost half. This will not only save personal travel time, but will also significantly reduce the cost of goods, transportation, and logistics. Improved communication systems will increase the efficiency of the supply chain, which will have a positive impact on the country's trade and commerce. For 2. Expansion of regional and international trade. This highway will become a hub for subregional trade as part of the Asian Highway and other corridors. Improved road infrastructure will attract foreign investment and increase regional trade competitiveness. It is considered the hub of the Northeast Economic Corridor of Bangladesh, which will accelerate the overall economic growth of the region. 4.3. Role in industrialization, tourism, and regional development. A Japanese economic zone is being developed in Nara-Yangon along the Dhaka-Sylhet highway, which will be directly connected to the highway. This will help in setting up new industries. In addition, initiatives such as the Pran-RFL Industrial Park, established on about 500 acres of land in Habiganj, are encouraging local industrialization. The Sylhet region has vast reserves of gas, stone, and white clay. The completion of the highway will accelerate the development of glass, ceramics, agriculture, and food processing industries. It will also help fully exploit the tourism potential of the Sylhet region. This highway is not just an infrastructure project, but is the centerpiece of a well-planned economic corridor, which aims to boost economic growth and reduce regional LC disparities in Bangladesh. However, road construction alone is not enough to realize its full economic potential. In addition, increasing the capacity of land ports, ensuring utility supply to industrial parks, and other policy reforms are also essential. This highway will act as an important strategic enabler, but to get the maximum economic benefits from it, an integrated and holistic development strategy is essential. 5.0 Environmental and social impacts, challenges, and mitigation strategies. 5.1 Land acquisition and rehabilitation of displaced people. Land, additional 986 acres to 1,033.57 acres of land will be acquired under the project. A total of 9,286 households, enterprises, 55,454 people will be affected, of which 7,355 households, enterprises will be physically displaced. The rehabilitation of this large number of displaced people is a major social challenge. The project envisages a special loan program for displaced women and plans to include 1,461 people under the NGO loan program to provide alternative sources of income. 5.2 Environmental risks and management. The project has been classified as red category as per the Government of Bangladesh guidelines and a category as per ADB guidelines, indicating its high environmental risk. The construction activities will have environmental impacts such as dust, noise, air pollution, and tree removal. However, environmental impact mitigation strategies have been incorporated in the design, such as pollution control, waste management, and night closure of sensitive areas. 5.3 Design deficiencies in road safety. Although the highway is built near densely populated industrial areas, markets, hospitals, and educational institutions, the design lacks adequate underpasses or pedestrian bridges. Experts fear that this will result in vehicles not being able to move at the desired speed, and the risk of accidents will remain. This highway is already identified as one of the most accident-prone roads in the country. The social and environmental impact of the project is not just a list, but is directly related to human safety and sustainable development. Design flaws and weak safety measures can make an expensive infrastructure ineffective and dangerous. If a mega project cannot ensure the lives and safety of the people, despite spending crores of rupees, then its effectiveness is questionable. This design deficiency indicates a lack of foresight, where only emphasis is placed on fast traffic flow, but the quality of life and safety of the people have been neglected. This shortcoming will create long-term social costs, accidents, fatalities, physical damage, which will reduce the economic benefits of the project. This should be an important policy consideration for all road projects in the future. 6.0 Conclusions and strategic recommendations. 6.1 Overall project evaluation, achievements and limitations. The Dhaka-Sylhet Highway Development Project is a strategically important initiative for the economic and regional connectivity of Bangladesh. It will play a significant role in Bangladesh's overall economic growth, regional trade expansion, and employment generation. However, its implementation is being seriously delayed due to land acquisition, design changes, and administrative complications. Challenges such as high costs and safety risks raise questions about the full viability of the project. 6.2 Recommendations for rapid implementation. Cost containment and safety. 1. Rapid land acquisition. The main obstacle to project implementation should be prioritized, and prompt and fair compensation should be provided to the affected people. 2. Transparent financial management. An independent audit committee be formed for high-cost projects, which will analyze the cost-benefit and ensure financial transparency. 3. Design. Review for safety. It is essential to review the design to include additional underpasses, overpasses, and pedestrian bridges immediately to reduce public safety risks. 6.3 Future of the project in the context of Bangladesh's long-term economic growth and regional cooperation. The highway will play a significant role in the economic growth of the northeastern region of Bangladesh and the reduction of regional disparities. However, to realize its full potential, road construction alone is not enough. It is necessary to ensure the integrated development of industrial trade, tourism, and land port infrastructure. Without a comprehensive and holistic strategic plan, the highway may fail to achieve its full economic potential.